Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States. And welcome to Washington Circle. Now, I am not a huge fan of traffic circles. They're difficult for me. They're designed to, expedite traffic in a continuous or semi-continuous flow. But to me, they just seem to be an incredible pain in the butt. Now, traffic circles are actually not all that bloody popular here in the United States, but in the northeastern United States, they are more prevalent. Certainly Boston is known for having a lot of these roundabouts, traffic circles. Here in Washington, D.C., we have a number of them. Many of you may have heard of DuPont Circle, probably the most famous of the roundabouts, the traffic circles here in D.C. That's just a short ways from us, but we are actually here in Washington Circle here in D.C., named obviously for our first president, our commander-in-chief of the armies, George Washington, whose statue you see behind me. Now, this statue is the work of a sculptor by the name of Clark Mills, and he's actually best known for 4 different versions of a sculpture of Andrew Jackson, one of which is in President's Park in L'Enfant, or not L'Enfant rather, but Lafayette Park. Now the statue was actually authorized by an act of Congress in 1853 and was finally placed here in 1860 under the direction of then President James Buchanan. And it sat here for the better part of a century, guarding over Washington Circle, until the 1930s, when it was taken down along with the base so they could do the construction of what is an underpass here for K Street. So we're gonna swing around here, and I'm gonna show you that back here towards town, you may see this railing here in the street. That's K Street. That comes down, and they made a tunnel, essentially, that runs here under Washington Circle. Sorry about the sirens, but we're in downtown D.C. It's something you're going to hear a lot of. So anyway, in 1936, the statue, the base, were returned here to Washington Circle and have sat here since. Now, this is a little confusing even to me. This is Lieutenant General George Washington. And although he's depicted here at the Battle of Princeton and Trenton, during our American Revolutionary War, his title was General and Commander-in-Chief. But during the Quasi-War, in 1798, I believe, he was called up and given the rank of Lieutenant General. So there's a little bit of confusion, at least in my mind, about the era this is supposed to depict and the rank that he holds, but I'm not a historian, I don't quite get it all. But this is referred to as the Lieutenant General George Washington statue. Now the park, the circle, aside from being designed, it was designed in the original layout. In 1791, the Washington Circle, although not labeled Washington Circle, is shown on Pierre L'Enfant's map. Pierre L'Enfant, of course, the architect of the layout of the streets of the city of Washington, D.C., and perhaps at some point in the future we will do an episode about L'Enfant. Again, not one of my favorite people, because D.C. to me is like one of the most difficult cities in the world to get around in. Most people say, oh no, it's a planned city, it's so easy. No, it is a nightmare. But that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to that. So, not a fan of L'Enfant. But anyway, this is on his original map. So, today, after it was actually redesigned, the park itself, the circle, in 1885. And today it is this beautiful park, and they've got like literally dozens of these wooden benches with cast iron frames facing each other on an outer circle. This is an inner circle walkway around the monument. Of course, all fenced off. You know, not severely, but enough to go, hey, please don't get in here. And beautiful trees, many of which look like they've been here probably since the inception of the park, some younger ones. So this is a very, very nice park for the surrounding neighborhood. And we are, for all intents and purposes, in Georgetown, a neighborhood within Washington, D.C. So it's a very nice setting, a lot of very large buildings, office buildings, what is probably like condominiums or apartments over here, but really, really pretty nice. We're right next to the George Washington University Hospital too. So for those of you trying to get a sense of where this sits in the city, that may give you some idea. A lot of things here named for our first president, and a very, very nice part of the city. So anyway, that is George Washington Circle and the equestrian statue, which is really, really pretty nice. Very ornate statue, I think, with his saber and a whole bit. So that is George Washington Circle. I hope you've enjoyed your visit here. I hope you've enjoyed this beautiful Clark Mills statue of our first president. If you got questions or comments, hey, leave them in the comments section below. I love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. You just want to stop in and say hi, just do that. We always love hearing from you. If you're new here, hey, pick subscribe, come along for the adventure, because we got lots more to show you. And as always, thank you for watching.